Alan, congratulations on the move to Sunderland. How does it
Thank you.
feel to have made the move?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Obviously, a big change for me. I've been at Preston a long time. It's the first club I came to in England, and this is my first experience of something different. So, something that I'm really looking forward to, and looking forward to getting in and meeting the lads and getting going.
There's no denying that you obviously had options to go elsewhere and do other things. So why Sunderland then? Why have you made the move here?
I think it's a good project that the club are obviously doing at the minute. I think they've got a lot of young players, and I think that's where I can add a bit of value. I've played in the league a long time, got a lot of experience, but at the same time, I say they're young, but they are quite experienced themselves, and obviously we're challenging for the playoffs a couple of years back. So yeah, it's a really talented squad, and obviously the size of the club really appealed to me. It's a massive, massive club and one of the biggest in England. So that was a real standout for me as well.
Speaking of the project, what sort of conversations have you had with the sporting director and then obviously the new head coach, Regis Lebris?
So I met the sporting director first. He was just telling me about the values of the club, the history of the club, and what they're ultimately trying to achieve, and why they're bringing me here. And that's obviously something that I wanted to be a part of. And then I spoke to the manager afterwards, who shared his ideas with me of how he likes to play and approach games, and his different styles and tactics. So we talked through all that, and it was something that I believe in myself, the way that he wants to play, and yeah, it's just something I'm looking forward to starting now.
Longevity is a bit of a rarity in football, and you spent 11 years at Preston gaining some huge and valuable experience. Talk to us about that. What's it taught you over the years?
I think for me it was quite easy to transition into the first team dressing room. I've thankfully had a lot of good dressing rooms over the years, and that's why I stayed at Preston. It was a really good club. I loved every minute of it. And along the way, obviously, I gained a lot of experience. Developed as a player and developed my game management. It's a really tough league, and I found out that over the years. So um, yeah, it's going to be no different there. It's a tough task ahead, but I think it's achievable from this club and this squad.
You've obviously gained some international pedigree as well with Republic of Ireland. Talk to us about those experiences as well.
Yeah, you obviously want to play at the highest level. In England, it's the Premier League, but at international level, I think I obviously never played Premier League, so I don't know, but I'm imagining it's a step up again, maybe. So yeah, you play obviously against some of the best players in the world, and thankfully I've had that opportunity, and testing myself against them, and I've done all right. I haven't set the world alight on the international stage yet, but I think I've not a few good years in me yet. So hopefully my international career can continue and keep progressing.
There's no doubt in the contribution you made to Preston over the years. You were the player of the season last season. So what is it in terms of qualities you think you're going to be bringing to Sunderland?
Like I spoke about before, I think it's a talented group already. I think I can bring my talent first and foremost, but also my experience, and I think that's something that I think this team will need this season if they want to make that next step, because they've got all the talent there. I know myself from playing against them. I've beaten them and I've lost against them, and I know why. So yeah, I can bring my nous, I suppose, to the team, and obviously I've captained Preston for quite some time now as well. So I can bring those leadership qualities around the place. And yeah, hopefully I'll settle in, and I'm raring to go. So hopefully it'll be a good start.
Someone who played for both Sunderland and Preston over the years, Bailey Wright, player who you played alongside. Is there any conversations you've had with any former players, or is it one of those where you kind of knew what you were coming into with Sunderland?
No, it might have been different when they played. I did think about texting a few lads. The only person I spoke to was Alex Neil, who only spoke good things about the club. And I do take his advice on board. He's someone I worked with for quite some time at Preston, and I don't think he'd point me in the wrong direction. So yeah, he had a lot of good things to say about the club.
Now that you're finally here and raring to get go, what's the ambition? What's the goals for this season for you and the team?
For me personally, is to obviously settle in first. I've got to move my family up, and it's a big move for us in that regard. But I need to get firing on the pitch, because that's obviously what you're judged on, and the most important thing. And obviously settle in with the lads, and hopefully help them achieve success this year, which will be to get promoted to the Premier League.